Hey ya peeps, am I here? Here are some crazy cool things that you can do in vanilla Valheim. And no, I'm not even talking about the fact that you can place these signs in dungeons and crypts to protect yourself from enemies. Since yes, you can do that too. But I'm talking about all the cool things that you can do to make your text pop in any color you like, add cute decorations and even add colored emotes. There are a lot of options, so let's dive in. See all these cool emotes? All of them can be super easily made in this game. You just need to know this little trick. In Valheim, when you open a bracket, you can add certain codes. For example, sprite. When you add a number and you close the bracket, you can add a whole bunch of really easy, super cool colored emotes. And you can surprise your friends with these. They are a lot of fun, so be sure to try a couple of these out for yourself and see how easy it is. Another thing that is super easy to do is use colors in signs. My favorite is of course a white text, since it makes it so much easier to see what is on the sign. And for this there are two options. The first one that I recommend the least is to use the open bracket again and type color equals white and then close the bracket. It will automatically disappear, but the text is still there in the sign, and this will make the text of your sign white. Everything that comes behind that little code you just wrote. And this way you can color most basic colors in signs, like color is red, color is blue. But sadly, typing this all out uses a lot of that precious space in a sign, since you only have a very limited amount of characters per sign that you can use. Since that text might disappear, but it is still there in that sign. So a much better or easier way to use signs is to open the bracket again and use hashtag FFF, or in other words, the hex code of a color. This is, in a nutshell, the programmer language for the color white, and every single color has a code like this. The main colors can all be written in this super short manner, but basically any color can be used like this. If you Google hex code, you can easily find any color you like. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but believe me, it is worth the extra character space in your sign instead of using the color equals a certain color. Also, an option is to use other types of emotes. I usually just Google the emote that I want to use and copy it from a website. These emotes can also be colored as mentioned before with the hex colors to flare up these signs even more, and the best thing to do is to have fun with them and explore the options, since sometimes the emote on the sign can be a little bit different from what you see on the internet or how the emote is represented on your operating system. Now this is already very handy, coloring signs, adding emotes and that kind of stuff, but I am sure that you've had a moment where you want to add a break somewhere and the sign is just not doing it at the place where you want that stupid break to be. So there is a very easy solution for this too. You can add breaks in signs by adding that open bracket again and just type BR for break and close the bracket. It is gonna disappear in the sign once again, but it is still there. You can just remove this whenever you want. It is maybe invisible, but you just have to imagine that text still being there. Just make sure to remove unneeded spaces to save space in the sign as mentioned before, limited characters that you can use, and also to make sure that the text is correctly centered. And voila, easy breaks in signs. By the way, I added some of these basics in the description as well for you to copy and ready to use. If all of this is new, it can be a lot of information, but don't worry, you can just copy and paste this to get started and take it at your own pace. Another thing that you can do is also to make a Google file or a document where you just keep a couple of your usual shenanigans that you can just easily copy and paste so you can use them again in Valheim. You can also always check out my Discord, where I have a section called Sign Language dedicated to talks about this subject. You're always welcome to check it out or ask questions if you're stuck or you need help or you want to talk with other people about these kinds of things. There are so many more things that you can do with signs that I have not even touched on yet. For example, changing the sizes of things in signs you might have noticed already. So let me know in the comments if you would like to see a follow-up video where I cover these kinds of topics as well. Thank you for joining this Potato University class. Even though I'm a little bit fluish, you might have noticed the difference in my voice, and if you're new here, yeah, this is not what my voice usually sounds like. like. But thank you so much for sticking all the way for the end. Be sure to like and subscribe. Know that you are absolutely amazing. And I will see you peeps next week. Dag hè.